My name is Daniel Fazzina, and I wrote the book Divine Intervention, 50 True Stories of God's Miracles Today. And I believe the Lord called me to write this book and put it together to give a broken and hurting world some hope. You know, there's a lot of bad news out there, and God has done some amazing things in my life, including 2 amazing miracles that have to do with healing. He healed me from a massive cancerous tumor that threatened my very life, that doctors said should have killed me within 3 months. And he also healed me from chronic back pain that I had for 10 years. And that was taken away instantly at a prayer meeting. And throughout that growth experience, I've been able to meet so many other people who've had amazing miracles of what the Lord has done in their lives. And I really believe that He's put those people in my life so I could capture those stories and put them together and share them with the world. I ask anyone to read the book and the stories with an open mind and consider the fact that there might be more to this world and to this life than what they perceive with their 5 senses. There could be a supernatural explanation. If you look at the Bible, you see that Jesus did miracles wherever He went. Throngs of people followed Him. He was casting out demons. He was raising the dead, interrupting funerals. He was doing so much. And He said to His followers, you know, you're going to do the same works that I do and even greater works. And the people whose stories I've collected are evidence of that fact. You've got deliverances, you've got healings, you've got answered prayers, you've got provision, conversion experiences. One of the things I love about Divine Intervention, 50 True Stories of God's Miracles Today, is that I also did my best to include medical documentation in the case of physical healings. So for a skeptic who may be wondering if it's real, there's a little bit more evidence. They can do some more research. They can actually read the medical reports and look at the x-rays and the scans that show tumors that were there and then they were gone, and they can read doctors' reports that tell of things like brain tumors disappearing, you know, and things like that, and see that these are real people with real stories, and they can do their own research. I just ask that they be open-minded to the possibility that there may be more to this world than meets the eye. I want them to know that God loves them and that He's still alive and He's still working miracles in the world today. And I focus on miracles, not so much for the miracles themselves, but to point them to the God of miracles, because that's ultimately more important. You know, seeing a miracle, witnessing a miracle is wonderful, but what does it matter if the person loses their own soul? You know, we all have choices to make in this life, and it always amazes me how 2 people can look at the same thing and come to opposite conclusions about what they see. Some people might say it's a miracle, some people might say it's coincidence or science or something else. My goal with Divine Intervention was to really give people some evidence to maybe point them towards God. You know, have them ask questions. Say, God, if you're real, reveal yourself to me. I'm open. I want to know if you're real. And I believe if they ask those questions, God will answer them. You know, I've heard it said that for the true believer, no amount of evidence is necessary. But for the true skeptic, no amount of evidence would be sufficient. But I believe there's a middle ground where people who are genuinely open, they're maybe not sure, but they're open-minded. And for those people, I think they're going to take away a lot from this book. It's definitely going to encourage believers, and it's going to challenge skeptics. And I really hope and pray that God will use this book to bless so many people and encourage them and draw them into a relationship with His Son, Jesus Christ.